Smoking releases thousands of chemicals into your body. The result isn't only damage to your lungs, but also your heart and many other body structures. But even if you've smoked for many years, you can reverse these effects and experience health benefits from the first hours you stop smoking to the decades after you quit. Below are some of the many health milestones you can experience by quitting smoking today. 20 minutes after your last cigarette. The positive health effects of quitting smoking begin 20 minutes after your last cigarette. Your blood pressure and pulse will start to return to more normal levels. In addition, fibers in the bronchial tubes that previously didn't move well due to constant exposure to smoke will start to move again. This is beneficial for the lungs. These fibers help move irritants and bacteria out of the lungs, helping reduce the risk for infection. 8 hours after your last cigarette. Within 8 hours, your carbon monoxide levels will return to a more normal level. Carbon monoxide is a chemical present in cigarette smoke that replaces oxygen particles in the blood, lowering the amount of oxygen your tissues receive. When carbon monoxide goes away, your oxygen levels start to increase to more normal levels. This increased oxygen helps nourish tissues and blood vessels that were getting less oxygen while you were smoking. 24 hours after your last cigarette. By the 1-day mark, you've already decreased your risk of heart attack. This is because of reduced constriction of veins and arteries as well as increased oxygen levels that go to the heart to boost its functioning. Nicotine levels in your bloodstream have also decreased to negligible amounts at this time. 72 hours after your last cigarette. Within 3 days after quitting smoking, you'll often find yourself breathing more easily. This is because the bronchial tubes inside the lungs have started to relax and open up more. This makes air exchange between carbon dioxide and oxygen easier. In addition, your lung capacity, or ability of the lungs to fill up with air, increases about 3 days after quitting. 1 week after your last cigarette. The 1-week milestone is important not only for your health, but for your success rate in quitting smoking successfully long-term. Smokers who successfully make it 1 week without smoking are 9 times as likely to successfully quit. The chances of quitting smoking for good increase with every attempt. If you can make it to 1 week, you can make it for a lifetime. 2 weeks after your last cigarette. Within 2 weeks of quitting smoking, you may start to notice you're not only breathing easier, you're also walking easier. This is thanks to improved circulation and oxygenation. Your lung function also increases as much as 30% about 2 weeks after stopping smoking, notes the University of Michigan. 1 month after your last cigarette. In just 1 short month, you can experience many health changes related to stopping smoking. One is feeling a sense of heightened overall energy. You may also notice that many smoking-related symptoms have decreased, such as sinus congestion and shortness of breath with exercise. In addition to these benefits, fibers in the lungs that help keep the lungs healthy are growing back. These fibers can help reduce excess mucus buildup and protect against bacterial infections. 6 months after your last cigarette. After 6 months of quitting, many people often notice they're better able to handle stressful events that come their way without feeling like they need to smoke. They may also notice they're coughing up much less mucus and phlegm. This is because the airways are much less inflamed without the constant exposure to cigarette smoke and the chemicals contained within cigarettes. 1 year after your last cigarette. After 1 year of quitting smoking, your lungs will have experienced dramatic health improvements in terms of capacity and functioning. You'll notice how much easier you breathe when you're exerting yourself and how much less coughing you have compared to when you smoked. In addition to these health benefits, you'll have saved a dramatic amount of money. Smoking cigarettes is expensive. If you smoked a pack of cigarettes per day, you'll have saved thousands of dollars at the 1-year mark. 5 years after your last cigarette. 5 years after you stop smoking, your risk of death from lung cancer has dropped by half compared to when you smoked, according to the University of North Carolina. 15 years after your last cigarette. At the 15-year mark, your risk for heart attack and stroke has decreased to equal that of a person who's never smoked before. While it can take time to turn back the clock on the effects of smoking, having 15 smoke-free years represents a major milestone for your health and overall well-being. You can enlist your doctor, family, and friends to support you in your quest to live a healthier, smoke-free lifestyle. Be sure to celebrate each milestone along the way. You're worth it.